Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we successfully make this part that is now totally dynamic. From to this backend, we can able to update this information. I hope the concept is very clear to you. Now in this video, I want to work for our this part. Like right now, they have the three of this data. So you can also insert this data from to this backend, and from to the backend, you can also able to update this data rather than from here, which that will be just like that same functionality. I will use it in here in particular that position. So from here, you can also able to update it. So let's do that work. So first of all, I want to work for our backend. So from to the backend, I will actually insert this data in one of the table. First of all, I want to create this functionality. So here, if you want to do this work, we have to right now I want to better close everything. I want to go to that our terminal. Here, I want to make it as a clear. Okay, that will be a clear. First of all, I want to create another new model. I just name it as a PHP artisan, and then the make model. I want to create another new model. Like right now, for education purpose, I want to name it as a connect. Okay, whatever name actually choose for now, I want to use it as a connect. And also at a time, I want to create another migrations table. So now both of these that should be created. One of the model is created, and also another our migration is created. That is a step-by-step all that process. I hope now at that point you already know about it. So I want to go to that our migration, and here better I copy some of the field from to these references, and now in our that is a connect, I want to do and to paste it. So right now, if you actually notice, there is actually two field will be needed, right? One that will be as a title, another will be as a description. Simple process. I want to use it one of the descriptions, and also better I want to take it, and here I paste it. Now two field will be enough. One will be as a our title. Okay, title, that will be as a title, and I make this field as a nullable, and another field I take it as a description. Also I make this field as a nullable. That actually as depends on your project, what type of project is that will actually depends like that way. So our descriptions, I make it as a text type, and now I want to also update our protected guarded in our connect model. So into this connect model, I make this, here I want to copy it. That will be as a protected guarded. I copy from the title, and here I want to make this our connect. That should be as a protected guarded. That means all that field now that should be as a fillable. Same things that I have done multiple times. I click as a save all, and now our next process will be what? I hope you already know. Our next process will be we have to migrate it, right? So that will be as a PHP artisan and migrate. Now click as a enter. Now there is a new database table is created as a connect. Now I want to go to that our project, and now here if you refresh it, now that should be another table, and this table name as a connect. Simple job, two of this field will be needed. Now I want to insert this data. So again, we have to create that our code applications. Now I want to go back to that our backend, and in here I want to define another menu. I want to go, that means in our backend there is a admin, and that is our admin backend, right? So into the backend, and that is actually our body, and that is our sidebar. So into this sidebar area here, I want to use another one. Better I copy it, and then after that I want to paste it. So now here also make that sure our ID should be different, and here also I noticed one things, like if you click it, you can see there is a both of these actually opening it because of all in our clear files. In here maybe I have used the same ID. You can see that is actually the same ID which I have also used it in here. So that will be actually better if you change it, like I want to change it by the name as a clarify, and that will be as ID will be as a clarify. Okay, here I simply update, and now that will be actually individual, and here I paste it. Now that should be as a connect. I name it as a connect setup. Okay, and then I also want to update that our name, that will be as a connect, that will be as a ID will be as a connect. Great, I make it as a get connect, and you can also add that another menu for the add connect, but I copy it and I paste it. Now that will be as a get connect. Now this step up one of the new route we have to create. So that will be as a all connect. Okay, and I make it as a add connect. So first of all, I want to create that as a all connect. First of all, I want to actually get all the data from to this our database table. Now that is the route we have to do. We have to create it in our web.php. In our home controller, I want to do the same another CRUD applications. You can actually copy it like that way, like that is our all features, or you can copy like there is a review controller also the same, but now I think that will be fine. In our home controller area, I want to do this work, but I copy it and I paste it. Now one by one I want to actually update it. Okay, you can also create another different controller. I hope at that point you already know about it, but now I want to use it into the same controller. In our home controller, I copy it, that is a route name as all connect. That will be our route name as all connect, and then our URL will be all connect, and that will be as all connect. I want to create another new method that will be as all, okay, all, and then the connect. Now this type of one of the method I want to create. So if you want to create it, if you go to our home controller, then same logic that I have done before, you can also copy it, okay, from to this our features, that is all features. I copy it. And now I want to do after that will be another one. Our function name will be as all connect. Here in our home controller, I want to update it. And also we have to load that our new database model that I have created, and I just named that our model name as a connect. Now throughout this connect model, we can able to access that our database table as a connect table. Right here I successfully import it, and now if you go back to here, now that will be our name will be connect. I take one of the variable as a connect, and then from to the connect model, I want to get all that our data, and that is the data I want to return on the view page in our backend. I will create another folder as a connect. I will create another file as a all connect, and that is the connected data which I have already get it. I pass it with the compact method in our all connect page. That's the simple process, right? Now I want to better create it. I copy it, and now if you go to that our backend, into this admin backend, I want to create on the new folder. I just name it as a connect, and here I want to create on the new file. That will be the new file as a all connect.blade.php. And that is our all connect page. You can also get some of the references from to this review. Here if you go to that our review, and or rather than if you go to that our feature, that is actually also I have created another CRUD application that is a features. Now I want to simply copy everything from our all features. I copy it, and now in our all connect page here I paste it. Okay, so now here I want to update that our name, that will be as all connect, and then that is our two of this field will be needed. One is our title, another will be as a description. Right now that's fine, and here I have already get that our all connected data by this variable. Here I pass it with our compact method in our all connect page, and now into this area I want to make it as a connect with the item, and then that should be display our title, that should be display our another field as a description field, and also you can see that is the same field. Right now there is a title and the description. So now there is the same field, and also here I pass one of the limit as a 50 character. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. So that's all you have to do. Now if you click as a save all, and then I want to simply run it as a PHP Artisan optimize, because I have updated our web.php. So now that should be remove all that our cache. And now if you go to that our page, and in here if you refresh it, now that should be another one as a connect, and if you go to that our all connect, our data table is successfully loaded, and it is display as a no data available, which is fine. So now I want to simply add this data, that is our add connect, where I also want to create it. If you go to that our sidebar, now here I want to define another route that will be as a add connect. I name it as add connect, and into this add connect I will have to create it. I copy it. Now if you go to the web.php, now that should be another one. Here I paste it. Our name, I name it as add connect. I copy it. Now that will be here as add connect. Only here what exactly you have to do, only we have to actually load one of the page by the method as add connect. I copy it, and now in our home controller I want to go to that home controller. Here after that will be our another function as a public, and then the function, and then here our method name will be as a add connect. Here I simply created this method. So in this method area, I only want to return one of the view page. So that will be the same. I don't need this compact method right now. Only in our admin backend connect, that should be another new page as the add connect. I copy it, and now in here into this connect folder, I want to create another new file that will be as the add connect.blade.php. Okay, so now from to this our features, add features, I want to copy everything from here, and now in particular that positions I want to paste it. So which is fine, okay, which is fine. And now that is the data. I want to change it as a add connect, and that will be as a also as a add connect. And now that is our two of this field will be needed. Here our title will be needed, our icon that should be not needed. Here I want to remove it, description will be needed. That's all. Okay, that everything is already ready. And here our name as a title as per our database field name. That means here also you don't need to change anything as a title and description. Here if you go, there is a title field and there is a text area. I have already defined that name as a description. That means that should be fine. Okay, that should be fine. Now if you want to check it, click as a save all, and now I want to run that our PHP Artisan optimize, and now that should be another page should be loaded. Here if you go, I want to refresh it, and now if you go to that our add connect, that is our route as a add connect, and perfectly it displays add connect our title and description. Now we have to insert this data, edit this data, update this data, then we have to visible it in here. Right, so how to do this work better? I want to continue this process. In our next video I will complete this part. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video we are successfully able to create that our add connect page, and here that is our two of this page as a title and descriptions. Now I want to insert three of this data. I want to insert this data in our connect table. Let's do that work. For doing this, I want to go to that our add connect page, and into this add connect page there is actually two of this field. One is the title, another is the description. Now I want to store this data, so that will be here. I want to update it as a store connect, UNNECT. Okay, that will be the store connect. Now this type of one of the route I want to create, and that will be one of the post method NC type multipart form data. If you want to use it, you can use it, rather than actually for this there is a form, there is only two of this input field, so that will be also that is fine. If you don't want to use that NC type multipart form data, I hope at that point you already know about it. But now I want to create this route. I want to go back to our web.php, and now I copy it. And now after that I want to take another one. I hope at that point you already know what exactly the step-by-step process you have to actually flow. So now I simply update it as a store connect. I name it as a store connect. That will be obviously one of the post method, and then I want to name it as a store. Okay, that will be the store connect. Now this type of one of the method I want to create. So this process I have already done it multiple times. Right here I have already done this type of one of the job. If you go to that our home controller, and into this home controller area here, if you go to our any other insert like as a store feature, right, there is a store feature method. I have already created these things before, so now I simply copy it, and now here I want to visible it, like here. After that I want to paste it. Okay, so now I simply paste it. Now to update it, that will be the name as a store contact. I name is as a store contact. That will be our request, and now I want to store this data in our which table. I want to store it in our connect table, right? So here that is our model name. I simply load it. That will be create two of this field. One is the title field, another is the description field, and also our requested field name here as a title, and also another one I have used it as a description. That means everything that should be fine. It should be display one of the message as a connect inserted successfully, and it should be return redirect to our all page that I have created as a all connect page. I copy it. Now that will be return redirect to our this route as a all connect. Simple one of the process, right? Now let's check this out. If you now click as a save all, and now I want to run that our PHP Artisan optimize running successful. And now if you go I want to simply refresh it, and here I want to insert some of the data as per our this data. Better I copy it. That will be our title. I simply paste it, and that will be one of the descriptions. Right now I want to use it. I copy it. Now here that will be the description. Now click as a save changes. Perfect. There is a connect inserted successfully. Okay, now I want to insert another 2 of this because 3 of this data will be needed. Here if you go to that our table, our title is inserted and description is also inserted successfully. Now I want to take another one, that will be the 2. I want to simply add the title. I want to use that one of the short description, that will be the short description. Click as a save changes, successfully added. And that will be another one as a name. I want to use that our title. Another one I want to use it. Okay, so I copy it. Now that will be another one. I paste it. Now I click the save all. So now there is a 3 of this data. We are successfully able to done this job. Right. So now if you want to edit and if you want to delete it, how can do this work? I hope the concept is very clear to you. So that will be your task. Okay. So that will be your task. Simply complete that edit and delete functionality. You can also get that every references from to this our features into the features area. I have already discussed about that things with you. How can edit this data? How can update this data? Right. So that will be your task. Make that sure you complete this edit and update functionality. Here actually now I will update these things from here. When you select it with using the JavaScript that I have already used it like that way. So I will cover this part. Okay, here how can actually add that multiple things in the same page and how can edit this and how can update it from to this our front end. From to the next video I will show you that things with a live example. I hope you will like it very much. So thanks for watching and I will see you in the next video. Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we are successfully able to add that data in our connect setup. Here we successfully add it and we successfully also get it. So now first job is here they have the 3 of this data in our database that is also successfully inserted as ID 1, 2, 3 and that is the title and that is our description. So now individually I want to get that our 1 ID related data, I want to get that our 2 ID related data and also the 3 ID related data. So that is the 3 of this data I want to visible it in here. So first of all I want to do this work. For doing this I want to find out our specific this file location. Here if you go right now that will be not needed. I want to better close everything and now I want to go to that our front end. If you go to that our home and that is actually one of the name as a usability, right? So into the usability area that is actually I have already display that part that means this part is already dynamic. Now here into the same page that is actually connect your account and that is all that our static data. Here if you go you can see that is actually our connect your account and also another one is a link. That is also another one is visible. Okay, so now there is actually multiple one is visible in here. Now I want to take only one. Like here, first of all, if you select this div and this div is started, this div is ended. Now here I only want to take one layout. If you select it, that is ended. Here I want to simply select one layout and another static layout. I want to select it, minimize it, and if you select that is ended, I want to remove it. That is also another one. I select it and that is ended. I remove it. Great. Now in particular that positions we have to run that our for each loop. Right. So first of all, I want to get this data. So here I take one of the PHP block because that is right now we are into the blade page. And in here, I take one of the variable as a connects. That means all that our connects. Now I want to get it from our which table, our connect table. Right. So if you go, that is our table name as a connect table. So make that sure you load that our connect. And also here we are using that in our blade page. So obviously we have to add that our total path as a app. And then that will be as a models folder. And after that will be our connect. So now here we have to do a specific this ID related all the data one by one. I want to get it. So if you want to get it, in that case, we can do one things like I want to run it, one of the where. Okay, that will be the where in method. And that is our where in. I want to get it by the ID. And then I pass one of the array as a 1 ID. Okay, I want to use it as a 1 ID. That will be as a 2 ID and then the 3 ID. So that is all the data I want to do. I want to get it. Here I simply get it, and here I want to get it by. So our key I want to use it as a key by. Key will be by the ID. Okay, here I simply take it. Great. So now that is the data. I take it with the name as a connect. Now that is actually our common dev, and into this dev area I want to make it as a dynamic. So that is the reasons here I want to call one of the for each loop, and into this for each there is a for each is started, and this for each will be ended here. After that I want to end it. Great. So now in particular that positions I want to use it. So here I want to access it by the name as a connect as connect. Okay, I name it as a as connect. Now if you want to access it, we can actually access it throughout our that is the connect. Now I copy it, and now in particular that positions I want to visible it. I want to visible that is our field name with this connect. I want to visible that our field name as a title, and also that will be the same. Here I copy it. Now that will be here. I want to display our field name as a description, right? So that is actually our description. I want to display it as a description, description. Great. So friend, that's all you have to do. Now a specific this ID related 1 by 1, 2, 3 of this value data. Now that should be displayed in particular that area, because right now there is actually 3 of this field data, right? There is a 3 of this that should be dynamic. If you now click as a save all, I click as a save all, and now if you go, I want to refresh this page. Let's check this out. Perfect. You can see that is successfully updated from to this our database. That is also another one. That is another title and also the description. If you also want to change it, like here, I want to change it like 1. Okay, make it as a 1 connect. Okay, 1 connect. Now I just updated manually, and now if you go here, if you refresh it, now that should be as a 1. That means every data now that is comes from to this our database, right? And also that is actually one of the icons. Now also this should be as a 1, 2, 3, right? So here actually this icon loaded from our, that is actually one of the N1, right? There is a N1 SBG. So here I want to do in our N1 area, that should be one of the dynamic value. That means our ID I want to pass it. So if you want to pass it, that will be, I want to better copy it, and now in our N1 here, that will be not that static one. I want to update it. In particular that positions I want to use it or on the constants. So here after that I want to simply pass it. That will be our connect, and with this connect I want to access that our ID. So now that should be loaded this ID in particular that position, which is fine. And that is the things I want to start it. There is a single code is started from here, and now that will be ended. I want to end it first, and then that will be our another one. Okay, that is our .svg, and that is a .svg. I want to use another single code. Now that is fine. So that is on the single code is started, and that is actually ended. Into the instance area, I simply loaded that our connect ID, and our ID, if you go, our ID name as a 1, 2, and then the 3. So that means now that should be displayed as N1, N2, or rather than N3.svg. So now that should be also dynamic. If you now click as a save all, and now if you go our page, if you refresh it, now yes, perfect. Now there is a 1, 2, and that is a ID 3, which is really great. So now here I want to actually update these things. I want to update that will be just like the same concept that I have already applied it multiple times. Now the same concept I want to use it in particular that position. So how to do this work, but I want to continue this process. In our next video I will update this part. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video here, we successfully get all the data from to this our connect table, and here we successfully able to display this all the dynamic data. So now I want to update this data from to this our front end, not from to this backend. So as I told you, that will be your task. Make that sure you complete that our edit update. And now from here, I want to update this part. So how you can do this work? So that will be just like that same concept that I have already done it in here. I have also done the same concept into this our slider, right? Into the slider there is a title that have some of the descriptions. Now I want to actually flow this step that I have already done it. Let's do that work. For doing this, I want to go back to that our project, and better I want to open that in our home layout. Into the home layout, if you go to that our slider, and into the slider area, what exactly we have done. So if you go like that is one of the ID, I have used it one of the ID name, and then that is one of the our content edit table, and there is authenticated user only can able to update it. And also here I pass it our data, right? That is our data ID. Great. So now better I want to copy it. I simply copy it from here. I copy total things, and then also they have some of the class. Now better I want to copy it, and now I want to go to that our usability, and into this usability, and that is actually our title, and that is the description. So now both of these I want to update, right? So which is fine. So in particular that positions, first of all, that is our h4 tag, right? So into this h4 tag area here I want to paste it. So you can use that before. I have already used it as an ID. So now I want to use it as a class. Okay, so I will use it as a class. Great. So now that is our class. Containable will be the same, and with our auth that will be check it. If this user is true, then he can able to update it, rather than that will be as a false. And data ID, and data ID will be our, that is the connect, which that will be same concept. With this connect I want to access that our connected ID. Okay, great. And then also I want to use the same logic. Better I copy it again. Okay, copy it, and now that will be for the description in our p tag area. Here I want to paste it. Now there is a class, auth, everything will be same. Data will be our connected ID, and then that will be display our connect description. Perfect. So now here I want to define two of this class name. Like here I want to define the class name that will be as editable. Okay, I name it as edit. Okay, edit, and then the table, and that will be as edit table title, and that will be another one as a edit table description. Okay, I want to use it by the name as a description name. So that will be as a description. Great. Now that is the things I have updated. One, in our h4 tag area, that is the class will be editable title, and here I name that authenticated check, and then data ID will be our connect ID. Here also I use the same things, everything will be same, only our class name will be as a edit, okay, editable, and our description. Perfect. So now our script will be needed. I want to go back to that our slider, and in front of the slider I want to copy that our meta, and then script. I better copy total things from here. Okay, I copy it. I copy everything from to this position, from to the meta. I want to take it in our usability, and into this usability area, after that our last div here I want to paste it. So now one by one I want to update, like that is CSRF token, that will be just like that same, and here that will be our name. Okay, that is our two of this name. Actually that will be the functions. So now actually I don't want to display that things like that way, like as a get element by ID. Here I will actually load it into this from here. Okay, that means from to this position I want to load it. That is on the function, and I just name that function as the same name as the save changes. That will be as an element. Okay, element, and that is our, I use another variable name like as a connect ID, and this connect ID will be our element, and then the dataset ID. Okay, and then there is a field will be our class name. We have to now get it. So better I want to change it little bit in here. Okay, in particular that position, that will be the element will be our class list, and then the list. Class list will be as a contain, one of the methods. So that will be as a contained. Okay, it contains, TAINS. That will be as a contains. And into this contains area, which type of contains? Here I have already defined that our content name, that will be as a editable title. Right, so I want to simply take it, our editable title. So I copy it. Now that will be here. I want to update. Okay, I want to update it. That will be as a contains, and this contains will be, I want to update it as a editable title. And if there have any editable title, then that will be do. Right now we don't need it. Here I want to make it as a when that will be as editable title, then that will be display our title, rather than that will be as a description. Okay, that is a editable title, rather than that will be as editable description, which is fine. And then there is a new value will be just like that same. Now I will create another new method that will be like as a update. Okay, name it as a update. or edit, whatever you choose. I make it as an update and then the connect. Update connect, and that will be our connected ID. So that is our connected ID. I simply pass it. Method will be post method. Header will be just like that same. Here we don't need to change anything. And JSON will be the field with the new value, and response will be JSON. Data will be, everything will be same. Field will be updated successful. Which field is that? Error. And that should be display. And our this key autosave will be our add listener key down function. Here that will be as a enter, prevent default, that will be updated. Okay. And autosave on our focusing, losing focus. Here I want to actually use both of these in one place. So now I want to actually change it a little bit in here, because that is actually our data we are getting that from to this our database. Now better I want to remove both of these, and now in here I want to use it on the document. That will be as a document will be as a query selector all. Okay, all query selector I want to use it, and into this query selector all area, here I want to access that our name as a editable. Okay, because here I have already named it. Here if you go, I name it our editable title. Okay, I simply copy it. That is our editable title. I copy it. Now here I want to use it as a editable title, or rather than that will be another one. Here I want to access it by the name, because that is actually already class, not that ID. So that is the reason I am using that dot. Another name, I name it as editable description. I copy it. Now that will be here as a editable description. Okay, here I simply take both of these, because there is a multiple data one by one here before I have already loaded, right? That means one of the for each loop data we are changing it. So that is the reasons here we have to actually change it like that way. And now after that, here I want to call that our for each one of the method. So that was a for each, EACH. Okay, that is a for each. And into this for each area, here I want to use another parameter as our element, as a EL, and then in here I want to call it our EL will be add event listener. Add event listener will be as a little bit blur. That means that will be as a blur. I want to make it as a blur, BLUR. Okay, blur, and blur will be our function. And this function I want to define it, and here I want to call that our save changes method, and in here I want to pass that our element. Okay, that's fine. So now here I successfully update that things like that way, because that is actually multiple data we are now accessing from where? From to this our, you can see that is one of the for each loop, right? Before we directly updated that data, but now into this our for each loop data area, here we have to actually update. So that is the reasons here I updated that our autofocus will be like that way. One of the loop will be executed in particular that area. So now we have to create our, that is the method as update connect with one of the ID. So now I want to go back to that our web.php, and before I have already done it like that one. Okay, you can see that is actually I have updated as the edit feature view. Like I want to copy one of the things from here, and now that will be in particular that our home controller I want to do this works. I paste it. So now our route URL will be as a update and then the connect with the ID. So I want to update it. That will be as a update and connect with the ID. And I want to create another new method, and I just name that method like as a update and then the connect. Okay, here I want to simply create it. Now that is the update connect method. That will be one of the post method. Here I want to create this method in our same home controller. I want to go back to that our home controller. Here after that I want to create another new method that will be as a public and then the function. And that will be the public function. Method name will be update connect. Here I want to simply loaded that things in here. That will be our and method. So now in particular that positions, that is another post method. So here we have to get that our request will be our $request, and also here I want to pass that our ID. Okay, and then in particular that positions, first of all I want to access that our table. So you take one of the variable, I'll name it as a connect, and this connect will be our connect table. That means here if you go, that is our connect table model name as a connect. Here I want to simply use the same logic. That will be the connect will be with the field. Okay, that will be the find or fail. Okay, that is a find or fail will be which one? Find or fail will be our, that is the requested ID. So I simply take that requested ID, because if you go to the web here, you can see that is our ID, and if you go to the our usability here, I pass that our connected ID, which will be comes from to the our dataset ID. Great. Now here I successfully take it, and then I want to update. So here in particular that position, that will be our connect. That is our connect, and with this connect I want to call that our update method. That will be as a update, and update will be which one? Update will be our requested data. So that is a requested data only. Okay, only our two of this field, one field as a title, another field as a description, right? So I want to use it as a description. Great. So here I simply take both of these, and now after that I want to return one of the response that will be the return response, and return response will be I want to make it as a JSON data. So that will be as a JSON, and JSON will be one of the success message. Sorry, here I want to use it as a success, and success will be I want to make it as a true. Okay, that will be as a true, and which type of message you want to visible? Like here I want to visible, that will be our message. Message will be like I want to visible it as a update. Okay, updated successfully. This type of the message that will be displayed. So friend, that's all you have to do. I hope every part is very clear to you. Now that should be updated, this data in our by the update method in our connect table, that should be updated. Let's check this out. If you now click as save all, and I want to run that our PHP addition optimized, running successful. And now if you go our page, I want to better refresh it. Right now there is a 1, and if you go, that is also 1. So I want to update it here as a 2. Okay, I make it also to check it. If you go to that our inspect, if you go to that our console, and into this console log area, that should be updated. Here I want to make it as a 3 or 2. And if you click it, that is updated successful. Here if you make it as a 1 or 2, select it, that is updated successful. If you want to update it, and that is title updated successful. And for the description, I also want to make it as a 2, that will be as a 2, that will be as a 2. That means description is also successfully updated 3 times. That is a 3 of this data I have updated. And if you now go in our database, now if you refresh it, perfect, our description is updated, title is also updated. Okay friend, how to do this work? I hope the concept is very clear. Still now if you refresh it, that should be show that our updated data. Now if you want to change any type of text, whatever text you want, you can actually update this text in here. Now I updated, that is updated. I remove that our 2, I remove that our 2, and also I remove it. I want to make it as a clear as a 2. Okay, so I remove it. Now if you select it, and you can see that is successfully updated. And now if you still now refresh this page, that is successfully updated, and that should be also updated in here. How to do this work? I hope friend the concept is very clear to you. Great, that is interactive. One of the things we successfully done it. That means our that part is also totally dynamic. Review, I have already done this job before. Now that is successfully updated. You can also able to update that our heading from here, and you can update that our answers. In our next video, I want to complete that is our FAQ answers. How can make these things dynamic from to the backend? I will update this functionality. So that will be very simple. One of the title and description field. Now I want to also cover it. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.